Hi guys, welcome to Liberty Studios. My name is Oluwaseun, a beauty and portrait photographer based in Canada. And on this channel, we'll be learning about photography and retouching and sometimes reviewing some gadgets. Let's get into this. I am super glad to have you guys here for another tutorial. I would like to start off by thanking everyone who found time to share and give me feedback on my previous video. I appreciate the love and support. You guys are amazing. So if you are a wedding photographer or even an event or lifestyle photographer, you will love this. We're going to be learning how to professionally retouch your images in just 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If you have loads of images and you want to speed up your workflow, this will be your best bet. On my screen, I have an image I've prepared for retouching. Let's do this. So right now, I have this image prepped for retouching. I think I've posted this picture already on Instagram. You can see the end result at Liberty Studios on Instagram. So what I will do right now is to do some cleanups in terms of taking off freckles, in terms of taking off pimples and few other things. So what I will do right now is to create a new layer. So once I'm able to create a new layer, I would choose sample all layers, make sure it's on content aware, and my mode is always on normal. Then I can right click on my brush to make sure my hardness is on probably let's say for beauty photography, sometimes I like my hardness to be around 20. And yeah, my opacity, it's always on 100. My opacity is always on 100. So let's do this. So I have some things to clean up on the face. It's a gorgeous picture already, so I really don't have to do so much. So what I will just take care of is just few things. So let's start the healing process. By the way, I'm using Photoshop 2020. I was using the 2021, but I found out that it was too buggy and it kept giving me some errors while anytime I tried to use it. So I decided to uninstall it and I installed the previous version, which is 2020. And it's been working so fine. It's been working so great for me. I think I love it more than any other more than 2021, because 2021 is buggy, and I hope Adobe, I hope they fix that as soon as possible. But if you're having problem with your 2021, this is just to tell you that you're not alone. You can uninstall it and install the previous version of Photoshop. So we're trying to do some cleanups, and while I'm doing my cleanup, I try as much as possible to circle around pimples or anything in a circular form. And if anything is like this, I just draw over it. If anything comes in lines, I draw over it. Things like this, I can just draw over. It fixes it. I don't like this. I'll find a way to fix that. So I think we've been able to clean this picture up in a good way to some extent. If you want to spend more time with this guy, you can spend more, but I feel like if anything is not visible, you can always go on with your edit. So once you zoom in 100 or 90 something percent and you really can't see any distraction, you can move on. If there's anything distracting you from seeing the beauty or seeing the essence of the whole image, then try to take it off. I can fix this with a different tool, but if Spot Healing Brush Tool is doing this for you, I think you should use it. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, that you're grabbing your Spot Healing Brush Tool to take off this. And why I like using this Spot Healing Brush Tool is the fact that it's faster and it takes care of pimples better. Maybe in my opinion, but if you really want to use other tools, you can just use what works for you actually. As far as you're not getting things ruined, that's fine. So right now, I think we're done with this. So the next step we want to do now is to fix this image in less time without you having to spend 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours on it. So after this, I would open my window, come to my workspace, on my extension panel, then use Beauty Retouch. Do my frequency separation. This value can be very funny sometimes, but for a beauty like this, I would prefer to use a radius of 10.0. Now click. So it does everything for you. Of course, you can create this manually, but the best way to just do this is to use Retouching Academy Beauty Retouch panel. It makes everything faster because don't forget the goal. The goal is to make things faster. So on this, what I do is I will duplicate this. Once I'm able to duplicate this, I would come here, grab my mixer brush tool. I use mixer brush tool to do stuff like this. And I have my wet at 10%, load 10%, mix 10, flow 10. I don't do anything with this and even this, because if I do, it would, sometimes I don't like the result I get. So I really don't touch these two guys. So let's brush. How do you airbrush? It is very important that you consider midtones, highlights, shadows. You must not brush into them in a bad way. So you really have to follow through, like the light transitioning, how the light transition from the shadows to the midtones and to the highlights. So that's basically how I want to brush. And you don't have to brush everything simultaneously. All you have to do is brush them individually, one after the other. Then at some point you'll figure out that you're getting better result. So let's brush. So I'm somewhere around the mid-tone now, and I'm just brushing towards the highlight. So we can click this to see what we've done. Yeah, that's working. Awesome. So why I've chosen to use wet 10% value is because I don't want to overbrush the whole thing. So I want it to build up and get the best out of mixer brush tool. So to get the best out of this tool, you need to be very patient and be very precise while you're brushing. So from time to time, you'll be increasing and decreasing your brush size just to fit into exactly where you're brushing. So I've been able to take care of this part. So let's move past that and fix this. And the goal is to keep it natural, keep it more like, oh, you've not done so much. So we won't have to over edit the picture. The goal is to keep it as natural as the picture can, as the image can be. I think everything is coming together nicely, and yeah, from time to time just zoom in to know exactly what you're doing, and if you can click before and after, you would have an idea of what you're doing, so you don't brush or you don't go overboard. Retouching can be very interesting if you know the right tools to use. But if not, it can be very, very technical and frustrating. I'll use the term frustrating. But if you know how to go around it, if you can find your way around it, it's super interesting. Just trying to make sure that I'm not ruining anything. Yeah, and we've been able to do a good one. So take a look at this. So we've been able to do this and everything is looking so good now. So if there's anything I want to take off, maybe anything that is forming or proving, anything that is proving stubborn, I can get rid of that by working on the high frequency layer. But right now, let's just make sure we deal with the lower frequency. So guys, when I'm brushing into this, I'm just trying to fix this white part. Not like I'm trying to brush into this, but I'm just trying to fix this white part. So once I'm able to brush into this to compensate for this white part, for this uneven part, I can clean it off from this layer by just masking. And I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. So once I've been able to fix that, the next thing now is to get this fixed, because I've brushed into it, so it's not looking the best it should. How do I get to fix this? Very simple. So I would create a mask on it, a white mask, switch this to black, then choose brush tool, give it a flow of 100 and 100% opacity. and just brush. I feel like there's a problem with the brush, so I'm just going to check my brush setting and make sure smoothing is nothing is checked. Once nothing is checked, you're good to go. So I've been able to clean off this. Now it's looking better. So we've just been able to retouch the face, and you just do this is exactly what you do to the body. Come back to this, make sure you click the main image and not the mask. If not, it won't do anything while you want to switch back to your mixer brush. Now I'm just going to brush this as fast as I can, just to get things done. And another thing I want to call your attention to is to make sure that your brush setting, nothing is checked here. If not, it can affect your brushing. Because I noticed that while I've been trying to brush and it's not really showing the result. So yeah, once you're able to make sure everything is fine, then you can brush away. Just make sure nothing is checked in the brush setting. And boom, we are done. Very simple, very easy, no technicality, nothing. So we've been able to brush this, and we've been able to achieve what we can achieve with this image. And so this tutorial is about you editing faster and speeding up your workflow. So the next thing I want to do now is to do some adjustment to the eyes, and this is very simple. How do I want to adjust the eyes? What do I need to do to the eyes? In my opinion, I can just do this. Open a solid color, choose white or something very close to blue. You can write this number down actually, E1 ECFF. Choose this, then by pressing Ctrl I or Command I on Mac, Ctrl I on Windows or Command I on Mac, you'll be able to invert. And once you are able to invert, change this to brush tool. Once you do that, change the opacity to around 2. You can zoom in, then brush. Make sure this is on white, because when you're using a mask, a black mask, you have to use a white on it. If it is just this, black on black wouldn't work, so you have to switch back to white. And how do you reset this? You can just click this, it will reset everything. But yeah, white. Once you click that, you can make your hardness around 1, then brush. So I wouldn't brush this all the way. I just want to make sure that she doesn't look tired. So I'm not getting rid of all the redness. I'm just making sure that she doesn't look tired. So that's how to fix that. And once you're able to do this, There's still so much you can do to this image, but bear in mind, we're just going for a fast edit. This was before and this is after. You can take it down a bit, maybe around 70%, to not make it look fake. And boom, you're done. Then I said something in my previous video. I said something about using curves as your dodge and burn, your global dodge and burn. So if you want to use curves to do that, if you have not watched that, you can go to my previous video and watch that. So here's how to do that. Here's how to do this. Once you're able to choose your curves, what I'll do now is just change this normal to soft light. So as soon as I change normal to soft light, it does everything for me. And what do I have to do now? I feel like this picture is oversaturated and it's too contrasting. So I will just take it down a bit, maybe somewhere around 40. Boom. I'm done. If there are any other thing I want to fix, I can use curves to fix that. So from this, I can come to red, take off red from my shadows, push red into my midtone, then come to blue, push blue into my shadows, and take blue off my red, off my midtone. And I just color graded this image in less than 1 minute. It's as simple as that, guys. So if you have like time, if you are very limited, or if you have like a timeline to work with, then this would be the best for you. If you have so many pictures on your plate and you want to retouch things faster, I think this is the best way to go. You don't have to do so much. Just start off by opening your empty layer, choose your spotting brush, heal up some freckles, pimples, and every blackhead. Go to your Retouching Academy. If you don't have this, you can buy from their website. I think it's just 69 USD. Click Gaussian blur, frequency separation by Gaussian blur. So after you choose Gaussian blur, it does this. Once it does this, you duplicate this lower frequency because I don't want to lose this, or I don't want to work directly on this. And when you're done airbrushing everything, come here, do your curves, change it to soft light, the opacity on just 40, color grade using just curves, and you're done. So guys, that's just about how to get your pictures done in less time. I'm just going to need to attend to my boy. He's been crying. But make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel for more videos. See you guys next time. Bye.